Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a good day. And I just wanted to tell you guys some of the things that I have learned in terms of this past year and even some of last year. Just some lessons that I've learned, some the good way through other people's, journey and mistakes, and also the hard way personally and in real life. And so I wanted to share some of those things with you guys just as a simple reminder that I wish I had this year so that I could have avoided a lot of pain and unnecessary suffering. And so if you're into that, please stay tuned and we will get started with the first thing. The first thing that I've learned, the first lesson that I have learned in the past year, And the first one is to protect your job and or career. Now, this one I have learned while just being online. You can really jeopardize your future depending on what you are choosing to do with your free time. There's always somebody watching and waiting for you to make a mistake. And I have learned that through life as well as online. You guys have seen it. There's been a lot of videos online of people filming themselves being laid off or being fired based off of relationships that they're having at work or outside of work, or even disagreements that they're having with people at work and outside of work. And it's a mess. Things like hostility online, prideful behavior, illegal behavior, all of these things can really affect your life in ways that aren't really irreversible. And so it's just really important to make sure that your digital footprint is in line with your values and beliefs, and that you are not ashamed of anything that you are doing in the public eye. Because really, your digital footprint and your social karma is a very high maintenance concept, right? And so you should really protect your reputation with everything that you have. Protect your reputation, your image, and your likeness at all times, because it's a very expensive social concept. The second lesson that I have learned in the past year is that there's really no need to flaunt your privileges, especially online. And for me, the biggest reason that this is not necessary is because it's been a very, very cold winter, I would like to say, with the economy, a lot of things going on globally, and just the state of the world in general. What do you actually get from flaunting anything, right? And I'm not talking about, having a goal to have $1 million before retirement age and going on that journey with a group of friends, right? But say you already have that, or you're well on your way, and you want to show people by taking 10K out of your account and flashing it on camera, or buying a new car and bragging about it. You know what I'm saying? That's not only tacky and a little bit tasteless, but it could also be dangerous, right? And so you just don't ever want to find yourself in a position where you are bragging in order to get attention online, because I feel like eventually that attention can kind of spiral out of control and become something that you really do not want. Also, the best way to make an impact on people if you are trying to, start or maintain a digital footprint is to do it out of genuineness from the bottom of your heart, right? Because people can see that. They can tell when you are kind of fake, when you're doing things for a front, or if you're trying to impress others. They can tell when it's coming from insecurity, and also if you are pretending, right? And so that's a little embarrassing as well. So all around, you can protect yourself by just kind of doing your own thing and not trying so hard to impress people. And the last lesson that I learned in the past year is to put yourself out there. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe even 4, when I first moved to Seattle, I had left again another group of friends, right? So I moved from Chicago, my comfort, where all my friends were, to Denver. No friends, restarted, made a group of friends in Denver, but needed to move to where there was a little bit better working options. And so I did that, left another group of friends, great group of friends, to move to Seattle. The first year in Seattle, 2021, rough. It was rough. I remember just having holiday blues and being so sad, just crying into my food, super isolating, hard, just very hard. I've learned this year to really just put yourself out there, be open, be human, and you will connect with like-minded people. It took me 3 years to do so, but after 3 years of just putting myself out there, existing and not forcing things, I've actually been able to meet some really nice, genuine people, forge some connections, become comfortable at my job, and just lean into who I am as a woman. And maybe that's also part of turning 30, right? Growing into my 30s. But I really think putting yourself out there and just being authentically you helps with that as well. And it has completely changed my outlook on life, on love, on relationships, and just in general on everything. And so it's definitely put some things into perspective for me in order to be more grateful for the things that I have, as well as the people that I know. And so that's why this is number 3. Put yourself out there. It's not always easy. It's not always fun. And I don't always succeed in it as well, right? So always keep your social battery in mind too, but you never know where there can be a yes for putting yourself out there. And that's not even just talking socially, but even networking wise, or you never know what opportunity could be beyond that social interaction. And so that's why I say, if you feel like you can do it, if you're up to it, or even if you're a little bit scared, just do it scared, but put yourself out there, because you never know what you will end up with. And you never know what you'll be able to put back out into the world if you do that. And so those are the things that I've learned in the past year. Those are my three biggest lessons that I've learned in the past year. But I'm more excited to know what you guys have learned. What are some things that you have been teaching yourself or being taught by the universe? I want to know that in the comments below, and I will talk to you in the next video.